Yeah, just do that.
Stupid frickin' grumble rar crap.
Rar? I don't know what's wrong with you, dude. Did you just become like a 13-year-old girl?
Probably.
Right. I believe it.
Alright, so we are live on Twitch. We are live on apparently not YouTube. Interesting. Oh, now it is. There we go. Copy link address. It's an old, literally last week's thing. Yes, I know I'm late, free guy. Just shush. It already
It's
has.
not his. It's not his fault that you just like
No,
get
I'm.
pouty. That Fruit Guy gets pouty and won't help. That's not our fault. We had tech issues, and that's like literally what you're supposed to help us with.
Yeah, no, I'm having an issue with slobs again. So it is what it is. But I'm going to share this real quick. We're going to click copy. We're going to do this and do this and this and this. Come on. Okay, or don't work. That worked. What the? Literally scheduled day of stream. Whatever. Go wreck stuff.
So I missed it. Are we actually live?
Yes, we've been live for about a couple minutes now.
Okay.
Some as well. Let me do this thingy over
I didn't get a
here.
notification. I didn't actually get a notification that you went live.
Um,
All right, calm down, Fruit Guy. Calm down.
I can't see what he's saying, so.
Oh, he said, "Talk. Stop typing."
Hey, listen here, buddy.
All right. So where can't you post? OM and
OM is the only one, I think.
all right.
What the? Apparently my right clicker doesn't want to work today. Okay. Good talk. I still cannot get this Anakin cheese thing to work.
Really?
I don't know why. I've tried.
All right. If we are ready, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm posted the link. Where did you post already?
Just Ian and OM.
Okay. I'll do Tepic.
I turned on a video too, so whenever you're ready, you can.
Oh, right. Yep.
Chin up, young man. You gotta tilt your mic down. You're gonna tilt your camera down.
Oh no, that's because I'm like kind of hunched over. Transform. Flip the screen. Whatever. Meh. So we have lots of news. Battle reports are live, so there's that.
Yay!
I'm not
But
quite.
once again, CG took something that's great and implemented it poorly.
I mean, do you expect any less?
No, we talked about this before the stream that like I imagine that they will conceive of like 30 ways to put out the journey guide, and they will pick the most inconvenient
Oh, absolutely.
way to implement it that causes new players the most headache. And then they will then fix it after apologizing.
Yeah,
Be light
absolutely.
side TV.
Oh, speaking of which, we
Oh
won't
yeah,
get it. We won't get
yeah,
into that yet. Hold on, we won't get into that yet
yep,
because that's gonna just
yep. We have good CG, bad CG.
I'm still a little on the fences about the. I do like the implementation of the actual battle reports. That is cool, but it's going to create a
My twin,
lot of
beard, hair, twin. Yep, right there. You're welcome, guys.
it's going to cause a lot of controversy for the simple fact that
Yeah, I don't
every
know if
this
controversy is the right word. Like controversy implies that like there's two sides to it, and I feel like this is just like a one-way ticket for the three crafters to get screwed, right?
exactly.
I this isn't necessarily a controversy because like, well, I guess it technically is. It depends on if you're the kind of person who wants to argue that there should be no hidden information in a game. Um, I would have really enjoyed this had they made it login only or
Closed the
login
door.
exclusive. Like, if I can log into my GG account and I can see my battle report,
Right.
it should not be public, in my opinion. You should be able to share it to
And
show other people.
and that's the issue I have is that it's public for everybody. So there's nothing it's taking strategy out of GAC. Because you never know what your opponent's going to place. So you never know what to save. You can only guess, and it takes the guesswork out of it
And you can
because
look at my battle report and see that I set 5 of the same defenses literally every time.
yeah.
And I have no intention of changing that. So if you play me, you can go on my battle report and yes, those 5 teams are on defense, and yes, there's always going to be a gimme. It's just talking with Blade Baca and like some of the other people I know who finished near the top in GAC. I mean, you know, people with like the 5.2 million rosters who have everything. Like I don't have everything. Like not gear 13 or whatever. Right? Like I still use gear 11s in GAC. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Um but you see like some of these teams people are using, and it's awesome that like there's a first order team with Watt that beats the shit out of Night Sisters.
Oh, and our buddy Ian has done that multiple times. He's shown us how.
Yeah, and I like that there are teams like that that like work. What I don't like is oversaturating the market. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't have access to this kind of information, but literally everyone could go see who's number one. You can see the top 50, and then they can just go check your battle logs.
Yeah.
Like that takes away the competitive advantage. I get that CG doesn't really give a shit about competition in this game or what the people who want to be competitive think, because it took them, forever. When did tournaments start? That's how long it took them to do this with battle
Oh God,
reports.
yeah.
Right, like they've shown time and time again that they don't actually care about the competitive community unless the competitive community stops spending money.
Yeah.
On top of that, their leaderboard system's a joke, which is a different issue for a different time.
Oh, I agree.
And again, I think that there's a lot of things about GAC that promote toxic play patterns, which again is another argument for another time. We won't get into that. This is specifically about the battle logs, and I think the problem with the battle logs is now that you can go look at the top 50 for every division and see what they do. You can go see how to beat some of these teams, and that's cool. That's still neat. I just don't like the fact that like it's all there, right?
Yeah.
The slow trickle of information is fantastic, right? Because you get to the point where you develop a counter, and then you test the counter, and then you share it with your friends, and then they corroborate your counter. And then it all trickles down to the public. Look at this counter. One of the issues we run into now is you'll see someone do something, and then you'll try and replicate it. And then it won't work, and then you'll get frustrated, etc. I just think that it's poor for the health of the game to have this. You should be able to see your own, and you shouldn't be able to see anybody else's, unless it's just like the 1 week, maybe their last week, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. But like seeing the last like 3 weeks, seeing the entire last GA on their battle log is just not okay to me. I don't know. I just can't get behind that. Making everything like that public. I understand what you're trying to do, and like I guess if it's public battle logs or no battle logs, I'd prefer public battle logs. If I'm being, gun to my head, right? Like I'd prefer public battle logs over none.
Right.
I just think that this was rolled out hastily. It feels like, well, maybe it feels like it's already broke.
Yeah, it's not
It's
showing
already
proper.
broke. It's not showing the teams in order of what teams you took in to clean up, and it's not. And every single fleet is shown as a draw or is shown as a loss or a timeout. So,
Oh, hi Zingy.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of battle logs. Don't get me wrong. Hey, Zingy. But not this implementation, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm just being nitpicky. No, not that I have anything to hide. Like my shit's pretty cookie cutter. Don't mind me.
Yeah, exactly. Just normal meta stuff here.
I don't have a fancy roster. I have like I just like most people who screwed around for too long and had to catch up. I have a very cookie cutter roster. I have the team plus like maybe an extra character, and I don't have a lot of the, like I see people with like Gear 13 old Bens, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Hard pass.
Right? But I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, I was talking with Dojison earlier today. Art, he's a friend of ours, and we immediately just went to Blade Baca's like battle logs and T Money's battle logs, because where would you start?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What are your thoughts, Kyle?
Like I kind of stated, I see the good and I see the bad out of this. I really do. Do the good outweigh the bad? A little bit. I don't like that literally everything is out there in the open to see, for everyone to see. I think it would. I don't want to make this sound bad, but like maybe show only the last match of like if I go to Dagger's profile have it show only his last match, not like the last whole or GAC.
Yeah, so the DSR bot also gives you a lot of information on your opponent. So I'm in Division 1, and I fight against other people in Division 1, which means we'll have equivalent amounts of battles fought
Right.
over the course of the history of this game mode. So when I look at the DSR bot, it tells me how many undersized wins do they have, how many defensive holds do they have, how many wins do they have, how many zones have they cleared, how many full clears do they have. That already tells you a ton of information about how they play.
Yeah.
Like you can tell if they go heavier defense, if they're balanced, if they go heavy offense. You can kind of see like kind of what their mindset is a little bit. Especially when you look at those numbers, then you look at where they're ranked in the GAC. Like if they have good undersized battles or whatever, then you know that maybe they're cleaning up more.
Yeah.
If they're lower in the GAC, so that means that maybe they don't have quite a good grasp of the hard counters, which means you can put trickier teams on defense that might not actually be better defenses. A good one is like Night Sisters. It's not like a great defense team anymore, but you know,
Once people trip up on it, it's annoying.
it's a very difficult team once you mess up. Grievous is the same way. Some teams, once you preload them, you're just in some trouble. And a lot of that kind of boils down to like how you decide what to do. And like I think the battle logs go deeper. And for people who care, like myself, I didn't want another thing to look at for a half hour. I really didn't. I mean, I'm going to.
Because the information's there. Why not utilize it, right?
Yeah, if you're going to give me free information on how my opponent plays GAC, I'm going to just take it.
Yeah. I mean,
It will.
Yeah.
I will also edit a fair amount of my defenses going forward at this point too, because it'll show up on the thing. I will start rotating where I put them and what I put on defense, because I mean, sure, like I'll probably put like a stouter the same like I like to put like one stout wall. Don't worry, you can go on my page and go look at it. I put one good wall, and then I put like Darth Revan, and then if you can beat my Darth Revan, you can fight my fleet.
Yeah.
That's basically what I do. I put 4 really good teams on the bottom, and then there's like Karth, a Gimme, and then Darth Revan on the top. I mean, at this point, there's no real reason to sugarcoat it. You can go look and see what I put on defense.
Right.
Yeah, but I might just like randomly not put Geos on defense once because it's been on defense the last 10 times, and they save their trade. It's like, oh shit, there's no Geos, and trade doesn't beat either of these teams. And I don't like the gotcha part of that. I don't think that's sportsman. That doesn't feel like good sportsmanship to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that it's using every resource to your advantage, but that's why people get mad at Bill Belichick, right? They get mad at him because he does things like that. Oh, this guy put his Geos on defense every time last GAC, and it's week 1. I'll just save my tray. Oh shit, there's nothing I can kill a tray in the back wall. Yeah, like if I do that to you, like that feels shitty. To me, at least, that I mean, like I don't know. I think it leads to. Again, we can talk about this later, but I think it leads to some toxic play patterns.
It does. And like I said, this is kind of why I'm iffy about the battle logs. I see it from 2 perspectives. I see it for people that are, basically high-end players, like even above me and Dan. Like, I'm talking like 5.5 mil GP plus that literally have spent probably tens of thousands of dollars.
Or people who max a team and then move on. You meant Zingy. Zingy is one of those people who like takes a team, maxes it, and then moves on to the next team. And there's a litany of different players in this game. And again, I think that this goes back to like what I was saying before, what Kyle just kind of alluded to. The high-end competitive community in this game is going to spend a half hour looking at the reports. The problem is that the people who need these reports aren't the people who check them.
Yeah, exactly.
they're still going to post the "Did my opponent cheat?" Well, you see, you can go on GG. Well, what's that? They just
Yeah,
don't Reddit
exactly.
exist. I don't. This is great for us. Like I said, it's giving us a scouting report on our opponents. I'm 100% on board with that if that's the intention. I wish that it wasn't public, whatever. But I don't think this solves a lot of the problem. It goes a long way towards it. Do not get me wrong.
Right.
But I think that this just means somebody's going to delete their GG page if they want to cheat or disable it. I'm sure you can. I have no idea how.
I'm
But
sure. Yeah, I'm sure you can.
it's I, I, I think it's a win. I think it's a win for the player base.
For the most part, yes.
I think it's like I think it's well, so what like well ballpark it's like 70% win, I guess, something like that. We have it. It's in the game. They can tweak it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
And I wonder how far back this is going to go because we only have like the last 3 weeks. Are we going to be able to see this same GAC in like March?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see as well.
We'll see. I'm content to watch it play out, and like I said, I think it's a win.
Oh yeah, I call it a win because people like myself and Dan, we're, I would say, on like higher on the competitive scale, like, than most people. I don't know. We don't know apropos. If you want to test this theory, go right ahead. I will pull it up on, see if I can pull it up on stream. Just give me your GG links, and we can test this theory.
What did he ask?
He said if someone sets their GG page to private, will this still show the things?
Oh, that's smart. If that doesn't work, if that's the case, 80% of this entire community is putting their profile on private.
Also, apropos, to help catch cheaters, so it's still a little bugged, actually. It's still showing, or it's showing the wrong teams in order that were used to defeat a certain team. But like, say you take in a single Wampa to beat a Darth Revan, that's going to show up live or on GG. So that's going to help catch cheaters.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's gonna help.
This is also an extremely lazy way for CG to basically say, well, you guys can help more. Here's what they're doing. You figure it out if they're cheating. That's also why I say it's mostly a win. This is kind of a way for them to just be like, here, you guys figure it out. If you see a cheater, here's the tools to do it, and yeah, self-policing. That's what it is. So it is what it is. But yeah, for the most part, this is a huge win, because although I will say I don't really, this is going to make the scouting report of opponents kind of drag on a little longer. And he's back. That's why you were just sitting there staring.
Yes.
But yeah, for the most part, this is definitely a big win in my book. The good far outweigh the bad, in my opinion. So
I agree. I agree with that sentiment. I think you touched on it too. There's some systemic issues with it, but I think that they will either get solved in time or we will just learn to adjust.
Yeah.
Worst case, it'll force us to adjust our defenses on a day-to-day basis.
Unfortunately, mixing stuff up might have to be the route we go to try to catch our opponents off guard. Like saving Geos for Night Sisters or something silly like that. Oh, really? What was that? Oh, that was nuts. Didn't realize I had it open. But, yeah, for the most part, this is pretty big. Making it, making me and people like me and Dagger actually sit there and, well, let's see what he's done the last couple weeks in GA. What he likes to use on offense. What he that's another tool. Like knowing what your opponent's going to use on offense. If you notice he's using the same things on offense, he's placing the same defenses. Yeah, so what else do we want to touch on real quick, Dagger? Oh, connection errors. Okay. But, I'm going to actually use this. And we're going to switch over to... where is it? We're going to switch over to Discord, so... But so yeah, this is we've got actually a lot of information that hit the docket today. It is territory week, so I'm gonna play a real quick snippet.
Hey, this is Scotty McLaren from the Escape Podcast, and I am, of course, your Territory War Specialist, and you are with Deadpool Kyle, a man that knows way too much about Capital Games' Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Take it away, Deadpool.
So, it is Territory War week, and this is probably one of my favorite weeks, because who doesn't like Territory Wars? Well, don't answer that question. Because lots of people don't like Territory Wars. And those people are wrong. But it's okay, you're entitled to your wrong opinion. What else? Welcome back. Question mark? Testing. Okay. Just making sure. So, anyway, blah, blah. Anyways, it is Territory War week. Probably mine and Dagger's favorite week because it's something to actually do.
Well, it feels good to win in a territory war.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't. Or you feel like, or you learn when you lose, because TW is now kind of silly. I'm not going to call it stupid, but the way TWs work out, and I think the layout needs to be reworked too. I think we discussed this at one point.
Probably.
But we have 4-to-1 fleets now.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing will hold. There are not. We need more zones, or we need more something. We need bonuses or something to make stuff hold on defense. Because you can put like your entire guild's best teams on defense, and I'll bet your opponent still one-shots them if your
Yeah.
guild is over like 220 million. I mean, I still love territories. Don't get me wrong, but it's come down to just like GAC. It's an efficiency battle.
Yeah.
And I don't. Again, let me again reiterate. I don't have a problem with that, but
No,
it's not as interesting.
it's really
You
not.
know, it'd be interesting giving droids plus 50% health in a zone. Maybe not 50%, but you know what I mean. Yeah, go fight a Grievous team.
Wouldn't that just be the same as bringing back territory war rewards?
No, because the ones that they had were stupid. Like the Jawa loop, the clones, the Geos. No, those are the faction bonuses are stupid.
Yay, we
But I'm
got
saying, like, what if you go
Carbachi's
back?
in raid. Sorry.
What if you go back to like the first order JTR stuff, like way back?
Oh god. Yeah,
Well,
the
the original ones
the
they had.
original bonuses. They were small little
Yeah,
bonuses
where
that you barely, they were decent enough that you noticed, but not that you gave a stupid huge advantage to your opponents.
Well, it gave first order cleanse, and it made other teams actually feasible for defense instead of only being usable for offense because their defenses just were not there.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd like to see zones like that. I would also like to see the ability to move our fleet zones.
That would actually be nice to actually be able to move our fleet zones. Like say maybe this week we wanted to move it to the bottom left corner, or one of the territories, the bottom left corner. That'd be cool.
I want the ability. I want the ability to checkmate my opponent. Oh, you only have like 10 negotiators in your entire guild. All right, we're gonna put a wall. We're gonna put 2 walls and negotiators in front.
Yeah, make them
Have fun.
tap out in the beginning. Makes sense.
Yeah, I want to see the ability to checkmate your opponent. Like GAC, your opponent doesn't have General Skywalker, and you have a Relic 7 one, or whatever the case may be. When Malak came out, and when I remember getting Darth Revan the first time, I was like, I'm gonna put Darth Revan on defense, and my opponent's not gonna beat it.
Yeah, I mean,
I liked free wins.
yeah,
It's unfortunate they never took advantage of the opportunity to play with changing the shape of territory wars. I mean, we've beta tested every other idea they've had. If they allowed for it to change, or even just once in a while gave us a map that we weren't used to, that gives us something new to work with instead of, my goodness, we're over 100 territory wars and the shape hasn't changed.
I have a great idea for new
Ooh.
content. Reskin TW.
wait,
GAC?
hold on.
Oh, I'd be okay with that too. I'd be okay with
Ooh.
adding bonuses to rooms.
So,
Like
I don't mean to
I
cut
don't
you
get me wrong.
off
I
real
love
quick.
territory wars. I just think that it needs a shakeup. And I'm not
I
talking
agree.
about 3v3. I'm not talking about 3v3, and I'm not talking about faction bonuses. Because Dooku and Mace were cool. The rest of them were garbage.
Oh my goodness. So the devs just put out a new post. I'm going to switch over here real quick. And we're gonna go to this. So they put out a video for the journey guide and the hyperdrive bundle and what's in the bundle. So for you YouTubers or anybody watching, let me copy this link real quick and shove it in Dan's face real quick. That's not what I wanted to do.
What did I do?
I'm shoving a link in your face. They put a video out for the journey guide and the hyperdrive bundle and what's in the bundle. So here we're going to play the video for the journey guide.
New feature coming soon to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which will help you pursue some of the most powerful units on the holotables. With the Journey Guide, it's easier than ever for players to learn about elite characters and ships, their strengths, synergies, and requirements to obtain them. The Journey Guide is accessed via the Objectives menu within the Cantina. This is the redesigned Objectives menu. Here you can still access your daily activities, quests, achievements, and guild activities in addition to the new Journey Guide. Players are presented with a gallery of the most aspirational characters and ships in Galaxy of Heroes. These are units that can only be unlocked through specific activities like legendary events, raids, and special missions. Let's take a look at Darth Revan. Here you can watch Darth Revan's Hero Spotlight video, learn about his power and place within the game, and discover other units he synergizes well with. On the Activity tab, there's information about the specific activity you can participate in to unlock the unit. In this case, that's Darth Revan's Ancient Journey event. Tapping Go to Event takes you directly to the activity. You can also see the requirements and recommendations for fully completing the activity on this tab. All of your units that could participate will be shown, and indicate their progress toward these restrictions, making it easy to determine what units need further investment to complete the activity. Each unit's frame changes appearance based on whether the activity requirements are met or not, and if the unit has been earned by completing the activity. Not sure where to start? Look for units highlighted like this. That means your units are ready to attempt the challenge. We're excited to announce that a majority of the activities are no longer time-locked, meaning you can take on these challenges whenever you want. All Legendary, Journey, and Epic Confrontation events will eventually move into the Journey Guide sometime after their initial release. Deciding where to spend your time and resources is no small feat. Our hope is that by gathering units with specific unlock requirements into one place, players will be empowered to decide what to chase and how to do so. With the Journey Guide, players should be fully equipped to judge the potential benefits of a new unit and the difficulty of the chase to unlock that unit all the way to 7 stars.
I don't know if you watched it yet.
Get ready to conquer the holotables with the...
What's up?
The bundle sucks. 10
Yeah,
out of 10 wouldn't buy.
so... it takes... I mean... So this is severely beginning content. It makes them all 80, 5-starred. I mean, it's gonna cut down. So your Phoenix going straight to 5 stars.
Oh, if you haven't looked, it costs $100. That's it.
That's not bad. Oh, and it's giving you the bounty hunter ships to 5-star for free. Vulture, what?
They're giving you the Falcon, and they're giving you basically the Empire team
Yeah,
and BB-8. They're basically just giving you the pillars,
10 Zetas,
and that's okay. I like that.
30 Omegas. That's nice. 2,000 crystals.
Well, let me tell you.
20 million
Let-
credits.
Let me tell you, 30 Omegas is 2 characters.
Yeah, how many characters are you getting for 30 Omegas? Because you're like instantly Omega starred beyond belief right there.
I mean, I like this. The
This-
gear's like kind of worth it, but not really.
This is not... Okay, so...
This seems like a solid pack, but I don't think anybody. Before I
Very,
say
very
anything,
starters.
but before I say something to offend someone, there's going to be people that buy this pack for the gear.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
okay.
And
Okay,
you-
But I would
I
like to
couldn't
point out. I
actually-
would like to point out the dangerous precedent that this pack is setting, because there's going to be far more people buying this pack because Zeta mats now cost $10.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
This pack comes with 10 Zeta mats.
Oh, so there you go. They monetized Zetas finally.
That I am not okay with. I mean, I don't see any reason to buy this pack. I mean, this again, the gear for $100 they give you a bunch of stuff, which is awesome. But if you're buying this for the gear, Like, okay, sure, it's $100 worth of gear, but the economy's crap, and this amount of gear that they're giving you probably won't even take one character to gear 12. So you're paying $100 to not take a character to gear 12, but what they are giving you is Zeta Mat.
Yeah.
What all
I
gear
think
are they giving you?
Well, there's a link, but they're giving you basically 2 of stuff. They're not giving you
2
like
stun guns, 2 cuffs, kind of things, 2 cards.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
Kyros, 2 cuffs, 2 guns, 2. So they're only. Well. No, that's. The challenge gear.
I'm sure.
Part of the eyeball is actually nice. You get 500 of that.
That's 10 items right there.
But anyways, just there are going to be people who buy this for the gear, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of worth it. Well, it's worth it if you're going to spend $100 on gear. This is probably the most gear you're going to get for $100.
Oh, absolutely.
If you have $100 to throw at gear.
Well, again, I'm talking about if you buy it.
Yeah.
Again, my sticking point is that there's that 10 Zeta Mats just kind of chilling there.
And that's kind of why I said what I said. I was like, Zeta Mats? Really?
I
was
have a
surprised.
huge problem with that.
I
No.
can
The
get
the
why
premise-
they would do it.
No, I don't. I mean,
Well, it should be for older accounts. They shouldn't be allowed to have the Zeta Mats. Only the newer accounts.
no,
If you didn't go
newer
to
players
85
shouldn't have
with
them
the pack-
either. They're giving you a 5-star Towson for the stupid event. I'm surprised they didn't give you a 5-star Wicket.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the Night Sisters they give you here are good enough to pass that event, to get Towson show. On top of that, they said that buying this pack will also unlock additional challenges. They said that in one of
That
their
might be.
previous, which is
I
probably
think
going to
they
be
meant the
mods.
higher level ones.
We'll have to see.
And it's even giving you clones. Interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
Like I said, this pack
Sure.
seems fine. They're giving you Rogue One, so they're giving you the middle finger there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Or they're giving you the Rebel fleet.
That's
Depends on how you
no,
look
they,
at it. That's,
no, they are giving you the Rebel fleet. I'm just saying that, like, they're giving you 5-star Gear 8 Rogue One, which is more than good enough to pass the light side Hoth thing. Also,
Yeah.
quickly to reverse back to the journey guide real quick. Did you notice that Rolo and IPD were in there?
yeah.
Really?
And so
Yeah.
is Treya, Han, and
Yeah,
GK.
I don't care about those. I don't care about those. Those are raids.
But the
She's trying to lay on top
the
of
But
it.
new
Ranger
players-
gear?
Like it's big.
No, not gear, characters. No.
Sorry, yeah, I said the wrong thing.
Are you driving or something? Because, like,
He is part cat.
you aren't
Oh,
like
okay. Go
on the
ahead.
same page.
Hi, sweetie.
Mom, you still need to take away the Christmas tree box.
Why do you want to lay on the Christmas tree box? It's a box. You don't.
Because she's a cat.
Child.
Excuse me? Get out.
I mean, in all fairness, they're also giving you troopers. So. But anyway, yeah, I think it's kind of cool that they're giving you a link to IPD and Rolo. Whether or not I'm curious to whether there's an additional way to earn them, or
Other
if it's
than
just going to
get
take you to
to.
the Get To store. Like, I get that the raid characters are there, and that's fine. If you go through them, you will see the raid or whatever. But I'm curious to see if they add additional ways to earn charge to these characters. And if they do, are those also going to be available for established players? Because I would like charge upgrade. But yeah, I would not buy this. I would not buy this pack. The
wish they
hyperdrive
would.
bundle.
I wish they would have given the shard shop currency. That would have been an instant sell for anybody who was willing to spend $100 in one shot.
Nah, I'm okay with them not doing it there. That's stupid. I think it'd be stupid to
does
give
make
people
sense.
giving people, I don't know what I'm not doing the math off the top of my head, but this is like 50 characters times 5 stars worth of shard shop currency. No,
Yeah, that'd be bad.
I'm
Yeah.
100% okay with them not doing that.
Yeah, right. Because the big end, the high end whales are just gonna be like, all right, short drop currency, here's free gear. I mean, that's what I would do.
Like,
That's honestly what I would do.
I have like I'm looking, and I think I have every character in this pack at 7 stars. Yeah, and on top of that, like the gear is already kind of worth it for $100 if you're into spending $100 on gear.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's a decent pack.
Oh, the only one I don't have 7-star is Lando.
Whale Harder. He's a cantina.
Oh, and Resistance Trooper,
him?
or not Resistance Pilot.
How do you not have Resistance Pilot? You claim to be a launch player, doesn't even have Resistance Pilot 7 stars.
Come on, that's Galactic War currency right there.
Hand in your card. You don't get to call yourself a launch player.
Like, I don't collect characters out of stores. Okay, just go, sweetheart. Can you close the door?
Hey, don't worry. They're giving you Mark IV Carbantes.
Wait.
Hooray!
No, they give you 3 Mark III Carbantes in there.
No, go scroll down. They give you 300 Mark IV Carbantes.
I know. They also give you 100.
I don't care about the Mark IIIs. I'm more worried about... I keep running out of these Mark IV Carbantes.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think this is good for new players. They didn't need to put the Zetas in there, though.
That's
like the middle finger, like, buy our pack.
Yeah, because...
So now every whale who doesn't buy this loses half a Zeta?
Yep.
Every dolphin who doesn't buy this loses half a Zeta?
The ship, 50 ship
I'm not really okay with that.
150 reinforcements? Wow.
Yeah, that so a lot of the stuff they give you is not a real bottleneck, and some of it is like an actual bottleneck.
I know. Like ship Omegas, I'm slowly chipping away at all my ships being maxed.
Oh, I ran out of purple ability max. I still have like 50 Omegas. I have like 500 reinforcement mats, and I have almost every ship's reinforcement completely maxed. So, and by almost every, I mean I'm missing 2. And one of them I'm not doing is Biston, so I can see how many I have.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I think this is a cool bundle, and I'm more than a little upset that there's Zetas in there.
I mean, so
all in all,
that's really the only downside that I see to this pack.
The biggest thing with this that bothers me with the Zetas being in there, and I'm gonna try and articulate this as well as I can. Normally, when a pack comes out, you are buying time and not getting an actual advantage. Like, you are getting an advantage, but that advantage you're getting is time. You can make the argument that Zetas are time, but if you buy a Zeta a day for 10 days from the fleet store, you're 10 days ahead, and that person behind you is just never going to catch up. Where if you get the gear, someone can still kind of catch up, right?
Well,
like,
I mean,
giving someone materials that you can't catch up on because it is not a part of the in-game economy that is purchasable, like Zetas, is bad form, in my opinion. I don't internet, but to use an internet thing, it's BM, it's bad manner, right?
Yeah.
You're selling a resource you've never, well, except in Japan, that you've never sold to the public, and you're selling it to the public now.
Yeah.
And I think that is disingenuous to the people who've been playing this game for a long time. And if this is a one-off, I'll shut my mouth. But you're opening Pandora's box, and you're setting a precedent that you are now okay selling Zeta.
Yeah. I think So I'm looking through the like quantities they have.
We should probably just move on.
Well, I was gonna say, a lot of it, I feel like they're trying to like give you a boost for getting ready for relics. But like to put it gear for putting into relics. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Anyways, good CG, bad CG. I literally want to say fuck you right now.
Huh?
You took away Dark Side territory battles next week to give us that shit show you put in last week, and I'm not okay with that. So fuck you, CG.
No, so you're looking at it incorrectly. We don't have territory battle next week. See,
I want my fucking
we were supposed to have territory battles, but instead we're getting territory deployment.
Yeah.
Right? You're forgetting the point of like we don't actually have territory battle, and that's awesome. They're skipping this territory battle. It's great.
And it ends right before Christmas, so then
I don't care about
you get
that.
free time.
I don't care about that. I'm mostly saying like we don't actually have to try battles.
And you still get better rewards as long as you 1-star Geo, don't you?
No, you get more get
No?
one, or you get
lose
more
out
get
on
two.
crystal. You get more get two, but you lose out on crystals.
The
Where's
choke
the
point,
point?
16.
Okay.
That's when you
Maybe
get.
that
Mo-
makes-
That's when you get. That's when you get. That's when you get the equivalent of more of everything. I mean, you're really doing it for get two. Like the CG imposed the get one crunch, and there's nothing we can do about that except like accept it.
Yep.
So
And I
And
also
now the real question is, how big does your group have to be to get to 16?
I would be highly surprised if even Maw and TI get like 12 stars.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, 16 is not going to be too difficult. I don't think. I'd have to recheck, but 16 is where you actually like break ahead. I don't know where it's like to the point where like it's an acceptable return.
Yeah.
I know Darkside TV was like 19 stars or 18 stars. Maybe it was even 20. Was like okay, this is clearly better.
Yeah, I think it was.
I don't know where the acceptable middle ground is, where it's like this is good enough because of X, Y, or Z. I don't know. 16 is not going to be difficult for like TI or like Maw. They got like 7 day one. They're gonna be fine.
And that's good for them.
That's what I mean.
The
Like
thing went down.
we had 4, but that's because we. Well, I say we, but I'm not one of the 47 officers in the guild. I'm one of the 3 who's not.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
yeah.
It's not that he's exaggerating.
I am not.
It's
I'm one
41
of the
to
3.
9, isn't it?
No, I'm one of the few people in that guild who is not an officer, and it's okay. I'm not like, it's not my choice. But we dropped the ball. The colloquial we, not me. We dropped the ball on how to manage phase 1. Thankfully, we got bailed out because they gave everyone good rewards. But this
No
time
kidding.
we should be good.
Well, and just for anyone who's referencing it out there, because I know I actually am the one who made the bad choice to go for the middle in the Geo, or
Yeah, you go
last
bottom.
time.
You go bottom phase 1, and then you go middle phase 2, and then you do bottom phase 3 in phase 2, and then you do middle phase 2 in phase 4.
Yeah.
So if anyone was curious to how you run it, I'm not even a territory battles person, but I figured that out really quick. And then after I said that, that's when they then fixed it. But we initially were not off to a great start. So, yeah. No, we'll get it this time. We should get 5 day 1 or phase 1. I keep saying day 1, but it's 2 days. It's a day and a half, so it's actually phase 1.
Yeah, we've actually got a lot of people right now questioning, which way are we going to go? Are we going to go get our faces bashed in, or are we going to go just, auto punt our way across? It's ridiculous that the oldest territory battles and the newest territory battles are the ones that run concurrent. I mean, I understand why, because of light and dark, but it's really frustrating that if you're not running the newest, you must run the oldest.
Yeah.
Being able to choose, hey, I want to do dark side, or hey, I want to do light side would be nice.
It
Because I
wouldn't be
want
too
my fucking
difficult to
watch
me.
shards.
That's the thing too. Is like I was gonna 6-star my Watt, and now I won't have a 6-star Watt until middle of February or middle of January, which is kind of shitty.
Well, I haven't unlocked mine yet, so you're doing better than me.
Well, you guys also like skipped GOTB for a long time, or alternated or something, didn't you?
Every third or fourth one we did the Hoth. So
Okay.
we did it some, but not too much. So yes, we did lose out, and yes, a lot of us can't do the WAP mission.
So the thing I'm more irritated about is that CG creates the in-game economy, and then they do this with Darkside TB, which is one of the few ways we have to actually earn currencies for the in-game economy, because Get 1 and Get 2 don't equate. Like, you can't buy it, so you can only get it through TB, and you just took that away from us. So you went out of CG now, and then they're going to say, well, we gave you a great make good for the TB. It's like, yeah, but you broke that. Surprised that. See, what's going to happen is Lightside TV is going to break again, and then they're going to run to a podcast and not actually fix and not actually give us a second make good like they did with Mallet.
Yep.
People forget that. I'm not going to let people forget that they swept that under the rug real quick. They broke Malik again and then ran to a podcast to talk about the Hyperdrive bundle instead of fixing Malik. Or instead of giving us another make good, because the thing that they broke that then they made the make good for broke again. And if somebody does my roof and there's a leak and then they come back and fix it and there's still a leak, they're coming back again to fix it. They don't get to sell me siding. So, for those of you who forgot, don't forget, CG did that to us. I'm still upset about it. You should be too.
Yeah. No, I agree. I actually agree. That's
So, yeah, they're gonna hide behind some verbiage and give us Lightside TB, and they're going to basically remove rewards from our accounts. Essentially.
yeah.
Right, like everyone's rate of growth is now going to slow because we are not getting Darkside GOT.
Yeah.
So we once again get to spin our wheels for another 3 weeks, and it's in the middle of a GAC too. So all that upgrading you're used to doing, all your General Skywalkers that you wanted to work on, all those Malevolences you wanted to work on and unlock, all those Negotiators you wanted the 7-star for GA, not happening.
Yeah.
This entire GA is basically just a repeat of last GA, with maybe some. But the rumor is that it's 3v3, right? But that's basically what it is. My roster basically looks the exact same as it did week 3 of last TB, because we had Lightside GOTB, which gave me basically nothing, right? Like, it's frustrating because I feel like CG, on top of having the economy be kind of miserable, is now stagnating their economy.
Yep.
By forcing us to do Lightside TB again. And that's another thing that bothers me. So, I'll deploy. I'll do my job as a guildmate. I'm just frustrated because I was hoping to actually get rewards, no pun intended.
Right. I
And
as soon as I saw that, it pissed me off, dude. Like, yes, I did it myself, but now I'm a month and a half behind on watch shards. It sucks, plain and simple, and I'm not okay with it. This is not one of those things that they should be able to. Oh, because we fucked it up last week, we're gonna change it, and hopefully it's gonna be fixed this week. If it's, and God forbid if it's not broken, because fucking CG. They better give us a make. Otherwise, you're gonna piss off a lot of players.
I'm not too worried about it. They have us all by the balls. No one's going anywhere. Not at this point. I mean, like, okay. Let me put it this way for you. If you're just if this is the decision that made you quit, why didn't you quit a year ago?
Because the get one crunch wasn't there.
Well, but
no, it's.
well,
I'm not wrong.
the get one crunch started with Malik, I guess.
Yeah, but
all I'm trying to say is, like, I feel like at this point, the people, the mass exoduses are going to become less mass and more like a handful, because the people who aren't like hopelessly addicted aren't walking are have almost all walked away. I feel at this point. I could be wrong, but I mean, like, I'm riding this game
you're
into the
not
ground.
wrong.
I also wonder how long this bundle's going to be in the stores for, because it says new players. And is this just going to go into the store and stay there until you buy it or don't buy it?
I thought it was going to be a static pack for when people join. Hey,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if they tell all the veterans you have a week to make this purchase? What if they do something? What if they do something scummy like that? That's what I'm trying to say. What if they put like a timer on it to try and get you to spend?
for veteran players, that would be predatory. Actually.
Anyways, I think we beat this dead. I think we beat this dead horse long enough.
I was talking about TV. You're the one that reverted back to hyperdrive.
No, because it's all intertwined.
Yeah, I know.
It's the rewards, right? They're doing light side TVs and they're selling us a pack to make up for the rewards they're not giving them.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's all intertwined. This is all intertwined.
I'm
Yeah,
interested to see how on fire Reddit is right now.
Reddit's always burning.
And you're not wrong. But let's get on to the good part of why we play this game. And I'm going to play a quick snippet from our buddy Urs real quick for GAC.
Hey everyone, it is the heartthrob of the Outer Rim, and I'm here to welcome you to the greatest Grand Arena Championship entertainer on YouTube, baby. Prepare your roster. Will you be ice cold or will you be hot? Red hot.
It is GAC starts in 2 days.
Yes.
The 11th, Thursday. Yes. So, I put my foot firmly into Division 1 just the other night with some remodding. I put some mods up on pilots that I actually use because I have 3 fleets that I actually regularly use. So yeah, there's I gained 60 GP in a night. That was fun. I actually brought up some pilots to level 85 because I hadn't had them at level 85. I spent about, I was at like 93 million, and now I was down to 19 million when I was done moving mods and stuff that night. So that was fun. Yay for Division 1. Yay.
Hey, can we make Kyber a little bit harder to hit? This last one was a joke. I know someone who's in Division 5 who went 6-6 in me.
Yikes.
Can we just like not do that?
Yeah, that would be nice. Make Kyber a little harder to achieve. I've been consistently just short of Kyber. The other 2 GACs or 4 GACs or however many GACs we've had, I have lost count. Like consistently, like within 500. So it stings a little, but makes me try harder. This one, I think me and Dan both went we lost 3.
I went 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3. That's right. Okay. It made it easier to get because you had 1,600. But in the same sense, everybody was complaining that Division 1 and 2 were a little bit on the harder side to get to Kyber. And because Division 1 and 2 are such broad divisions. Because you're literally talking about anyone from 3.8 million GP and up. That's pretty fucking broad. Now they could move it to like 1,200, and you're still rewarding your top players. It makes it Kyber a little bit easier to get to for players like myself that were consistently really close to hitting Kyber, versus hitting Kyber a frickin' joke. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Kyber's supposed to be difficult to make, and they did say they were increasing the rewards for this upcoming GAC.
Where did you see that?
Q&A.
Really?
You did that last week without me, and you read the question and forgot it. They were asked if they thought the rewards were good enough. They said, no, that's why we're adding more rewards.
Okay.
I'm paraphrasing, but someone asked, is there a reason the rewards are shit? And they said, no, we're making them better. So who knows how much better they're making them? I don't recall if they said where they were improving them, whether it was day to day or whether it was the end.
Yeah.
But hopefully, this is my only real issue with the rewards from GAC. The gear you give us in the boxes for leveling up, you could double them, and it still wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, right. Like,
and
I'm not even asking for doubling the Zetas or Omegas you get.
Oh no, not that. I'm talking about the gear.
Yeah, no.
And
they give
us 50% more tokens at the end, minimum 50% more.
Yeah.
minimum.
Oh, speaking
And what's
of
with this with
which,
100? Why give us 150 for winning? What does 150 buy us? Give us enough for winning like one day to buy something in the store besides slicing, besides a 10-pack of slicing. That's embarrassing. I got a win in GAC, and I got 150. And I went to look at the GAC store, and they only had 20 packs. So I literally couldn't buy anything with what I got.
feels bad,
So
man.
up that, make that like 300
Yeah.
for winning the day. Make it 50 or 100 for losing. I don't really care. Right? Like, give us real amounts of currency, because like you're talking about, you had this grandiose thing in the Q&A about what do we think alleviating the gear crunch is. Well, I think alleviating the gear crunch is not saying, here, we're going to give you 0.1% more gear, but then require you to pay 5% more gear. Right? They gave us a little bit more of a trickle into the economy, but then they made us use way more of that gear on things like relics.
Yep.
Right. So in order to ease it, you have to make that trickle of bad gear flow better. And by bad gear, I mean gear from like gear 10 to gear 12, because that's the gear that's the bottleneck. Stun guns still shouldn't be the worst piece of gear in this game. For example, Malik has those two complex pieces to go from gear 11 to gear 12. It took me one whole week to farm those, using to build those two pieces. It takes me a week to take a character from gear 12 to gear 13. There is no reason it should take me a week, the same amount of time, to farm two complex pieces to take Malik to gear 12, than it should take me to take a character from gear 12 to gear 13. There's no... I can't even wrap my brain around that.
Yeah, that
Why is
doesn't
it
make
harder to
sense.
gear 12 a character than it is to gear 13 a character? When we talk about easing the gear crunch, this is what we're talking about. Or me specifically. I don't want to include everyone.
No, I agree with you. So it took me. You watched, because you were in the same guild. You watched me. Within a couple days, I moved Malik to gear 12, and then to gear 13. And I didn't save any of the gear 12 plus. Well, I might have had like one of the fully crafted piece or something, waiting for him. But for the most part, I farmed each of his gear 12 pieces. It took me a week to save up
Yeah,
for the super stun gun that I needed to take him to gear 12.
Full disclosure, it took me less than 3 days to put all three left side pieces on Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Spoiler: I didn't have any of them crafted. I had to like farm 90% of those pieces.
Rip.
No, I mean it's fine.
No,
right? It's
it's
fine. I've been dumping gear. I don't mind. I've been also turning it into relic.
Yeah.
Right? But that goes back to the economy, where it's like I can put gear on my character or I can put it into relics. And that's the frustration with Grand Arena, is that the rewards aren't worth it. Especially if you're good at it.
Yeah.
Like if you make Kyber, you can buy, what is it, like 30 more slicing mats than if you were Rhodium?
Yeah. It's quite a bit, actually.
I'm just saying the difference between being high Erodium and being like low Kyber, or being middle Erodium and low Kyber, is nothing. Not a real amount that matters, because that difference doesn't really buy anything.
Yeah.
That's the frustration. That's the frustrating part, right? Like you can get 8. If you get Kyber, you can buy 8 more Kyro attacks. Yay! But that's my point. Is that just I'm glad they're increasing them. We'll see what they increase them to. I feel bad for everybody under 3 million if this is 3v3, because there's going to be a whole lot of checkmate going on.
Now flush the toilet.
Well, here's the problem. Somebody's going to put something R7 on defense, and you're going to look at your gear 11s, and you're going to lose. I'm just saying in general. Especially
No,
when
but
you're
that
lower.
would actually work for me too.
I'm just saying when you're lower end on the totem pole, somebody who just like R7s their Malik is just going to beat you because they're going to put that in the front zone, and you're just not beating.
Yeah.
It's going to be less problematic for those of us who are in Division 1 because we just have deeper rosters and more gear. But our buddy Brainkill is at 1.6 or about 1.6 million, and he's fighting people with R5s. Like, you put Jolie, Grandmaster Yoda, and Jedi Revan on R5 on defense, or God forbid you put like the CLS at R5 on defense, and Brainkill just loses. He can't beat that. It's not his fault.
He hasn't had
Right?
the time to
goes,
perfect his roster. He doesn't.
Well, it's not about that. It's about 3v3 in the lower tiers rewards you for building one team as opposed to a bunch of teams. Because it leads to checkmate. This game wasn't built for 3v3. It was built for 5v5 to have more checks and balances. However, a lot of the best teams have cores that are between 2 and 4 characters. So those teams are just way better than other teams in 3v3 because of the way this game was built. The game was built to have CLS, Han, and Chewie +2. Not CLS, Han, and Chewie that beat pretty much everything else in 3v3. Except for R7 Maliks, probably. That's kind of what I'm saying. Is like, if someone invests in one team in the lower division, they're going to walk through their bracket.
Yeah.
And that's why I struggle with liking 3v3. I personally like 3v3. I like that it's been a long time since we've done it because the last time we did it, it was solved. That's why they pulled it. They tried to make us do a TW, and everybody was like, "Oh, you mean who has the most Malik? You." And then they pulled it. But it's been like 6 months, and I'm all for trying it again. Like Afro said, I welcome it. It's different now. It's going to be way different.
Oh yeah.
We have a lot more characters, a lot more teams, a lot more has gone on. One of the reasons that 3v3 initially was a saving grace was that Jedi Revan went from the best team and being a checkmate tool to being like the third or fourth best team in the game in 3v3.
They still have a few characters that, on their own, are going to pose challenges, like Malik for a lot of people.
Yeah, Next is still absurd. Wampo make a comeback.
Oh, my Wampa never left.
No, but you get what I'm saying. Like, these characters that are really good at taking on 2 or 3 other characters that are a little weaker, they're going to make a comeback.
Oh yeah, it's her time to shine. Nest will be going hard.
Nest already solo.
Nest
Yeah,
already
Nest does good
solos
already,
many
but-
teams.
We were talking about this today we were talking about this on Ian's server today. Nest is such a messed up character because like we talk about like, man, Nest, we talk about what teams are good, blah blah, and we talk about this team beats this team, and this team beats this team. And it's like whenever a new team comes out, we have to ask, does it beat Nest?
And it's true.
Geos, do you beat Nest? Sometimes. If Spy can crit, okay, we put a crit of wins arrow on our Nest now. Can she beat Geos? Yes, she can. Can Nest beat clones? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like,
I did that one by
Clones,
accident.
ask Kyle. I did that in our last TW. I was like, I'm just gonna solo him with Nest, and like somebody's like, no, don't do that. I'm like, well, why? Because they're R7. Like, R3 Nest hit auto, walk away from phone, come back with 20 banners.
Yeah.
Like,
Except that one time when Kyle times out.
well, that's Ewoks. His Nest was only like gear 11.
Still
But-
in 11.
But what I'm trying to say is like,
But it doesn't
Nest
stop me
so-
from throwing her in solo every time too.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
I mentioned that too. Like, and somebody tried to argue that Rex can get you if she just came off the turn. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
But
It
Nest still
happens.
beats clones 95% of the time on auto. Like,
And anytime
Anyways.
you're sending 1 versus 5, there's always a chance of something like that.
sure. And all I'm trying to say on that, is characters like Nest, while they're fun, are just not great for the long-term health of a game because it made it so CG couldn't make B team.
That's true.
Do you remember why people put Nest with Treya?
Because it stopped
Because
most of the counters.
Well, yeah, because Treya lead beat Bastila lead with the assists and Grandmaster Yoda.
Yep.
Nest soloed their team. Nest is just a messed up character. Like, I love that she exists. I love characters like that. But there's not a lot of theory crafting. You just say, can this character... And, like, that's where I think 3v3 falls short. Is because one thing we all know is... Well, most of the competitive players know is what the core of teams are. What's the core of the JTR team? JTR, BB-8, and Resistance. I mean, you can argue it's not Resistance. You can argue it's somebody else. But, I mean, I don't think R2's, like, should be with that. You have the CLS trio. You have the Triumvirate. You have Darth Revan, Darkseid Bastila, and Malik. Yeah, it's just nuts. You have like all these teams where you just like know that it's good, and I like it as a change of pace.
Yeah.
But man, 3v3 is a messed up game mode, and I'm glad that it's rare. And I'm curious to see if we have any new teams that are dominant.
Yeah.
Like I initially thought that the 501st would be, because I think
Oh, that was
one
my
thing
first thought.
one thing you can do is you just take Arc Trooper off of the 501st and put him with Clone Sergeant with Shock T.
Yeah.
Like that's splitting the clones into 2 3v3 teams. So that's
So gas,
and then
Fives,
like
and
you,
Rex.
Echo 5s and Rex, yeah, under Rex lead.
Oh.
And then the Geos, it's GBA, Spy, and Soldier. And then you can put Sunfac and so you can put Sunfac with like Newt and Dooku.
Yeah, I was gonna say Newt
And
Dooku.
Poggle and Poggle has a cleanse, so you can kind of put him anywhere. But GBA has a taunt, so GBA plus the 2 attackers, and you have the taunt. So it's 4-on-3,
So
and you
my
have the 2 attackers.
Ooh. I'm what they
I
might
mean,
not
these are
be
just like
able to do 3v3 now because of the broken mechanic behind the summons.
But do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'm just
No, I
this is
get
just
it.
spitballing off the top of my head. I'm sure that they can make it work, but it's just
It's a CG,
you
will they? Probably not.
well, I'm saying the game mode will work. I don't know if the functionality of it will work because they have the 6 spots lined up. So in 3v3, it's not like they have 3v3 spots. They still have the 6 spots where you can still summon.
Yeah, true. Or you could
yeah,
just put
like when you're
Arc
looking at
Trooper and GBA on the same team.
And then okay, let's take a look at the Padme team because this is a really interesting team to split up because Ahsoka has synergy with Jedha, Anakin, and GK, and then Anakin has synergy with Padme. Well, let me rephrase that. Anakin has Padme's 3rd Zeta.
Yeah.
So, do you make GK lead with Anakin and Snips? Or do you do Padme, Anakin, Ahsoka and put GK somewhere else? These are the kind of things that I'm more curious about now because you have these new teams and how do you split them up? How do you split up the Grievous team? B1 gets way worse.
Grievous, Magna, and B2.
Is it? Because I'm not sold that it is.
B2 could be much better used in a different
Well,
spot.
That's what I mean. What if you
So
put what if you put B2, B1, and HK with HK lead?
Or a Newt lead for the 3 of them.
Sure. I'm just trying to find a use for HK after you pull him off Darth Revan.
No.
Wait, there's an HK on Darth Revan?
Well, when you put him on defense, there is.
Yeah. I need to work on my Sith Marauder.
But this is the thing that I'm talking about, this theory crafting idea of like how do you split your teams up? And these are just like cookie cutter teams, right? Like put HK has a droid leadership, so let's put the 2 droids that aren't with Grievous under HK. Right? Like that's cookie cutter. I mean, you can split them up and you can be creative with it. I'm just saying like we have a bunch of new teams, and how do we split up the new teams? Because we already know how to split up the old teams.
Right.
I really want to see an auto defense deploy now.
No, you
Just to
don't.
Oh, you
see
will.
what kind of new teams it would come up with.
I bet you will. And let me tell you how that first team is going to have all their relic characters all on one team.
Oh, that'll
Oh
be a lot
God.
of fun.
So here, you want apropos, you want to see my? Here, let me pull up my game real quick because I want to see my top 3 are Grievous, Revan, Grandmaster Yoda, in that order.
Yeah, most people are going to have Grievous at the top there.
Yeah.
My
I was
next
gonna say,
three,
jokes on you.
Jedi Knight Anakin, Darth Malak, Bosk. Have fun with that one.
Yeah. Like my number 1 team is Darth Revan, General Grievous, Han Solo.
Well, I only
And then
have
the
2 or
next
3.
team And then the next team is CLS, Chewbacca, and Jedi Knight Anakin. Have fun with that.
Ooh, that's a ooh, ouch. Third team HK, Fallen Basilev, Jedi Revan. Okay, not that bad. The next
My
team,
4th team would
Darth Scion, Chewie, GBA.
You can say what you like, but I actually like. You can say what you like, Kyle. 'Cause I know you like bashed it immediately, but I like the new interface on the dailies.
No, I wasn't actually bashing that. I like
You want me
that.
to screenshot your response? Because it was like, ew, gross.
No.
Don't BS me. Don't BS me.
Wait, what?
but it's crisp.
Where
I
did
mean,
this-
I've got a more like one of the wider displays because I got 7 wide. So for me, that extra space on screen is always there. But it looks very crisp and clean compared to the old everything's there. Good luck shuffling.
Yeah. I like how it's now all spread out. Like it looks like squad.
I said you to me losing a
It looks like
character.
it looks like squad loadout. Yeah, it looks like squad loadouts now. Right? Like when you create different squad tabs, that's how dailies look now. And now they're sticking the journey guide in there, so that's kind of cool.
Is that where I can find it? I want my
Yes,
Darth
it's
Revan,
under
man.
objectives.
I mean, everybody's gonna have Revan now. But...
You're not allowed. You specifically are just not allowed.
No Darth Revan for you.
No, I don't want to hear that.
You are not
You
allowed,
can just
sir.
go away. I'll use
Oh,
my
Kyle,
language later. I'm too Canadian to do it on stream.
How excited are you, Kyle, to start like doing events?
Oh fuck
Because now
me.
people are just gonna for those people who do events for other people, and we would never ever
violate terms of service.
Yeah, we would never ever violate that. But for people who don't do their own events, this is a nightmare for the people who do them for those people.
Yeah. Now let's see who your real friends are.
Yeah, Breakill's gonna be like, "Hey, Kyle, here's my phone. Do you want to unlock all of these for me?"
By the way, I need that back in an hour. I got to do my dailies.
Yeah. It's like you have an hour to unlock these 5 characters. Dude. Here you go. Have fun.
I didn't even think of that. Thank you so much, Dan.
No, You're welcome. You're welcome.
I need to I need to put an ad out and start charging you fuckers. Like
You can't charge more than the list of people I already told you about. So you can't really charge.
Oh.
But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, by the way, I got a full gold eyeball from finishing 31st or whatever in Heroic Sith.
Fuck you!
That's
You
a thing.
dirty Jew! Sorry to any Jewish people out there. I didn't. Insensitive me.
You anti-Semitic motherfucker.
Whoa. Guys, Canadian in the room. We can't handle this.
Well, you can leave. We didn't invite you.
Yeah,
You
I was
just
gonna
kinda
say
popped
the door's
nobody
that
introduced
away.
me either, so I just showed up, and now people got to live with it. So.
in. No, what do you think? What do you think you are, an American?
No, you didn't lock your doors, man. That's in Canada. That means come on in, sit down, have a coffee, let's chat. Haven't you seen the movie Canadian Bacon? Nobody locks their doors.
I don't watch bad movies.
That's a John Candy movie. You can't say that.
I stand by my
statement.
statement, sir.
Oh, okay. Them's fighting words. That's it. Where's that wall that we got to build? Somebody lock the door.
Yikes. Yikes.
No, I think the journey guide's a really good thing. I think the hyperdrive
Is it-
bundle's fine. It's annoying.
The journey guide is really going to be interesting to see how it changes the way accounts start, and people like the Nev there, their content with their new accounts is really going to take an interesting twist, and help all the people who've played longer to see how newer people are growing and developing in the game when they can do all this stuff without mods.
I think it's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's cool that they can get all these characters, but and I don't mean this in any way to sound like superior or anything, but you have to remember that people who got the characters the first time had a leg up on the people who got them the second time because they'd been using it for 3 to 5 months or 3 to 4 months, right? Like I got Darth Revan first, and sure, anybody can put out videos on how to beat the mirror, but mods and how they are so much different. Like, for example, me and Macias, there's a video on my YouTube about me losing to a guy whose HK is faster than me, even though my Bastila and Darth Revan are both faster. Right? So there's these tiny nuances that you just learned. And all these new players, well, sure, and I'm saying all these new players are going to have to learn all those nuances to all those teams all at once.
Which is going to be almost impossible, just like us walking into a different game that we've never touched. It's similar in idea, but it's different enough that, what does that panda do, or what does that thing do?
Yeah, exactly. Like this goes beyond like kit recognition, because one of the things for me specifically that I enjoy about this game, as far as the progression and the things go, we haven't gotten a lot of new characters, which means I've gotten to build my mods up and mod my characters the way I want. So that way, when a character comes out that changes the way I have to mod some of my characters or teams, we'll use ARC Trooper for example. When ARC Trooper came out, I was like, okay, let's sit down and figure out how to mod him. Speed and offense. That was the initial thing. So what do I have to do? I have to find a fast offense set for him. Well, we take that off of characters. I have a develop. You know what I mean? I have depth of mods that I can put onto these new characters when I unlock them. And some of these people doing the journey guide might not even have like mods to put on these characters because they're going to be acquiring them so fast. I feel because a lot of those old legendaries require like Gear 7. For example, you can unlock Thrawn's going to be in there. You can unlock your Thrawn at Gear 5-star, and then just not have to worry about him for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be working on everything at once. You won't have time to work on half of anything. You'll have a little bit of everything, and it'll be chaos unless somebody can guide you towards where you got to be.
You'll be min-maxing your account. You'll have Gear 8 Phoenix. You'll have Gear 8 Jedi. You know what I mean? Like, you'll just be min-maxing your account faster. And
it's taken me almost 2 years to do that. Come on.
Well, I mean, good players, it takes like a year.
Well, nobody called me a good player, so move on.
That's also fair. Well, I'm saying, like, go look at Warrior's account. Warrior's about to have everything, and he's been playing on that account for a year.
Yeah. Oh, right? Absolutely.
Like, focused players who, again, but that's an alt, not a new player. So, like, no one's going. 99.999% of new players are not going to be able to emulate what Warrior did.
No, not at all.
Because they don't have the base knowledge.
Yeah.
Also, one thing to take into consideration is the whole like jack of all trades, master of none. If they stay spread on their focus, then of course they're not going to, reach a focused goal. So
hey, chicken, and then the roster looks like yours.
What up?
Yeah.
Well, and then
yes, exactly.
Then that would make your GAC even worse than the top end. Everybody would have the exact same thing. Nobody would have anything different because suddenly everybody's got all of these characters from the Journey Guide at level 80. They won't have anything else that even comes close to it. So boom, suddenly everybody's playing with the same characters.
But I'm okay with that because that'll separate the good from the bad in a hurry.
Oh, very much so. I mean, it'll definitely separate those who watch videos or go online for information from those who have good guilds and people who can tell them, by the way,
and that's another thing that is going to hurt. It's going to help them with the hyperdrive bundle. You're getting a leg up on farming these characters. It's also going to let you you inflate your GP a little bit so you can get into a better guild, possibly. You like, and
Another big thing. And sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say this, as you pointed out, it's giving you Rogue One and Imperial Troopers. Now that's not going to be able to beat like the IPD mission or the Rolo mission.
Oh no, the troopers they give you can probably come close to beating the IPD mission with good mods.
Yeah, but they won't have mods.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
you
They're
got to
not
think
gonna
about
mods
that.
at
No,
all.
again, we're going back to the you are assuming. They said that if you buy this pack, you unlock a set of challenges.
Yeah,
Those challenges, I have to imagine, would give you mod.
It's possible.
you would hope. Well, and all the regular like that events that okay, now you've got all these characters, you can go get BB-8. Then you do the mythic, you get your mods from that too. So you'll be getting mods since they're handing them out like mad.
No, the mythics are still on a cadence. They're not attached to their legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's probably a good thing too then.
But when you buy the hyper bundle, the hyperspace bundle, it unlocks all the mod challenges at 3 stars. And they're getting rid of all non-5 dot mods. They said at a later date to be determined.
Maybe
So-
I'm like way behind
Yeah.
the times, but unless they change something, the mythics always fell like a couple of days before or a couple of days after the start of the legendary event.
Yeah,
last
so I
few
hope
days
we'll
of
have.
it.
Yeah, so I hope they happen in the middle. I think, but yeah, I hope we get them more often. It's a 2-day event. Why not give them to us more often?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
now
you're
that
right.
pulling,
It was in the middle.
But now that and then here's the other thing that I want to bring up too, because this might crunch the more established players even more. CG likes to have an event going at all times, every day. When you pull these legendary events, we don't have events every day.
Yep.
Are you then going to extend the assault battles back to 2 days? Are you going to run events more often?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
this
a good
could- I'm just
question.
I'm just saying this could crunch the older players, or just like make them lose interest faster if you keep the same cadence, because we just won't get as many mythic events because depending on how they space them out, etc.
Ooh! I know. It'll be more credit heists.
Yeah.
You're like the ones they
I
missed on
know,
this
I
one.
Poor
know.
naive turkey.
Right?
You poor naive turkey.
I thought all the turkeys
Right.
died. It was Thanksgiving already.
No, he was pardoned by the president.
Oh.
He is the one.
Till Christmas.
Yikes.
Did you get
I
a
just
chance to
gotta
look
find
at
a. Go ahead.
So did you get a chance to look at the hyperdrive bundle and the journey guide posted in the server?
No, I have not, but I
Go do
when
that real quick.
the jack of all trades thing.
Oh no,
I
you
wanna
nailed it. I'm just
chime
saying, go
in.
look at the
Yeah.
go look at it. I want to know your thoughts on it. There's 2
Where are
short
we at?
videos, and then there's
In
a
general?
infographic. It's in coordination.
Coordination. I will coordinate.
So while he's looking that up, I just went in and looked at a couple of my character screens. They've actually forcibly locked the limit on how wide the screen is per character.
Yep.
So I've got blank space underneath my back arrow and my home arrow.
Yep.
Hold on, I have to actually log into the game to see this. You said what now?
Well, they forced how wide your
They're
character
forcing
screen
you
is on
to
your
have
device.
six
So like,
six across.
no, I still have
Oh no, I
7
still have
across.
7.
Do you? Fuck you guys.
But
I have an
Oh,
S10.
They did. They put like the tabs on the side of the characters. There's like gaps on the side of the characters now, so they form like a
Yeah,
uniform
so-
pattern. Okay.
Yeah, so they probably did that for device scaling to help them, so that way
Yeah.
they didn't have like the ugly Gear 13 weirdness.
Well, that also helps the
Comparatives.
UI. That also helps the UI, because if it's uniform in size or in scale like that, more squarish as opposed to rectangulish,
Yeah.
it works on like the tablets a little bit better, and it might make it easier. It might cut down on like the lag on the UI sometimes when you click on your character, etc. When they do updates, if it's uniform. I mean, it's weird. Because I'm just noticing it now. I didn't notice it until you said something. So thanks for that. My OCD is going to kill me.
That's okay. Don't take a look at how they didn't fix the mod screen and how we have to still tap on a mod to go into the mod screen.
Gross.
Okay. Quick rant on that again. The fact that I have to touch a mod to go there, and then it highlights, so I hit the cross. It just shows me the crosses, and then I have to hit the minus button to minimize it to look at my mods. I have to click 2 buttons instead of 1 for the UI you claim that you improved. So
Well, it just makes it awkward.
That's obviously an improvement. You've made Dagger do more work.
oh, I hate you so much.
It's like, what do you do after
Got
lunch?
him.
I mean, really, right?
Go home. What do you do? Doesn't everybody just go home after lunch?
Nope.
Oh,
Sorry, I
Jesus
had a
fuck.
kid here. I had to mute you. I didn't hear what you said.
I got it. I said, doesn't everybody go? Doesn't everybody go home after lunch?
No. Normally after lunch, I've got the other half of my workday to do, like the 99% of us.
You need to, like. I don't understand. Other half?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean other half?
Well, generally there's a meal in the middle of your day, so you only do half of your work before the meal.
What?
And then you do the other half. Yeah, like for example, there's
you mean like
approximately
school?
3 or 4 hours. Yeah, there's approximately 3 or 4 hours before you get home. Did you know that?
He clocks out after every meal. Like,
no, he just checked out. He never came in.
No, I get it. It's fine. I'm okay being the butt of that joke. So did you end up getting to look at that stuff, Chicken?
yeah, I'm like, what the holy fuck? That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Hyperdrive indeed.
Did you like the fact that they're selling Zetas?
Wait, what?
Oh, by the way, they're selling Zetas.
Yeah, no, I saw all that stuff. Just my eyes skipped past it, like because I jumped to like the gear. I was like, yeah, a bunch of characters I don't care about, and the gear. I might do this for MILF.
Yeah, it'll take all of your characters to 5-star gear 8.
How much is it though?
$100.
Not doing it.
Yep.
But MILF might be worth it if somebody doesn't have. Really,
to be
all
fair,
of the characters in this list are good, and the only ones I'm missing, I would get a bunch of character shards. Do they refund your
no?
If you have an 85 already,
no. So what they do is they take all of the characters to what you see there, and nothing rolls over. You get no shard shop currency, no nothing. All of those characters just get set to 5-star gear 8. If you have more gear, then they stay at the gear that they're at, and they just get taken to like level 80, 5-star gear 8. There's no shark shop currency.
Man, I wish I'd had this a year ago.
Right? See,
all the characters I just recently worked on.
Right?
I mean, like, basically, it saves people a year. That's what this looks like to me. It saves people a year.
Well, in today's game economy, I'd say 3 to 4 months.
Okay, so, but still, what's that? $25 a month? That's not bad.
Yeah. No, I think this is great for new players. Don't get me wrong.
But I agree with you, and I think that the reason that they left those currencies out that you mentioned, the mods. That's not a currency. The mods. I think the reason they left those out was because they don't want the whale. This seems like a new player pack more than it seems like.
You know what 100% is.
No, this seems like somebody who's been playing for 6 months but has been zero focus, just fucking off and doing all the wrong things. Like, this is to get somebody back on track. This is the back on track pack. They shouldn't call it the hyperdrive pack. They should call it the back on track pack. Oh, you weren't farming these? Well, you should have been. So here's a pack for $100. Or this is for the whales who were tired of being in their whale league and decided they wanted to start fresh, and this is how they can start fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is great for new players, And the only reason people think that this is a good deal for established players is because we have been conditioned to believe that the gear in this game is worth more than the amount of money that we would spend on this bundle.
I mean, like, the gear is nice, and that would flood into relics. But the only reason that I think that it would be okay is if they made that rollover into shard shop currency.
Oh no, I 100% agree that this
But
this
since
would
they don't,
be pretty much an auto buy for any spender if they actually have shard shop currency.
yeah, no, maybe if they keep this bundle rolling, like if they keep it around after the first of the year, then it's something that I personally might consider buying. But that would only be if, like, I would have to analyze the gear and see how the gear actually helped me, because a lot of these things in here, I already have 3,000.
Yep. Yeah, you're basically paying $100 for like 2 stun guns, 2 eyeballs, and 2 Kyber. And some other stuff.
Yeah, of course, some other stuff.
Well, it gives you, that stuff that costs $375 for 25.
Yeah, you get
the
500
yellow gear.
of that.
Yeah, the gold
300, but yeah.
Or 300, sorry.
Yeah, it's 500 of the easy pieces, 300 of the not so easy pieces. But that's still 6 of them. Oh, and they give you they're smart. They only give you two of the strong the strength ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, there's some good value in here. There's definitely value. And,
no. I would not blame anyone for buying it. I just said the reason a lot of the spenders will buy it is because they're getting half a Zeta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the gear too, but I mean, the half a Zeta is the sell. Again, no pun intended, is the selling. So.
See, and anyone smart's going to realize, like you did a while back, that investing in Zetas only screws your GAC. Like,
I mean, you
if
still
you need
invest
them,
in
you need them. Yeah, if you need them, you need them. But once you get to a certain point, it's like, I'm choosing which of these horrible Zetas to apply. Then you should stop.
Yeah, like I have 57 Zetas, and my next Zeta that I get will finish off my existing character Zetas. So, like, in 2 days or 3 days, I will be done with Zetas until the next thing comes out. Essentially, until General Skywalker comes out, or, something else becomes farmable. Or they give, what I mean? Until they give us something else, like, after I throw 5 second Zeta on, I don't really have anything else to Zeta. Well, my teams that I have built for GAC are done. And it's just, I know that there's going to be somebody out there that looks at my roster and says, why isn't there a direct focus Zeta on Jedi Revan? Well, that's on Finn. Finn has that Zeta. It's okay. Revan's never getting his. It's okay.
Well, that's okay,
right?
too, because, like, I was late to the CLS and the JTR train, and just about everybody has all 3 of their Zetas, and I have JTR's leadership. That's it. I don't think I'm ever going to get any of these Zeta on
JTR's leadership, so don't feel bad.
Right, yeah. And CLS didn't even have his leadership until I begrudgingly put it on when Dagger was like, it makes the fucking team work! Excuse me, I'm sorry if I ruined it now.
No,
it makes the team work.
This was ruined the moment Apropos came in uninvited.
That's why I came in uninvited.
I kid Apropos, but we live in America where we frown upon immigrants and the people outside of our country walking in.
Well, hey, you need to slow your roll, buddy, because everyone's welcome. We're all immigrants.
I feel like I was born in
Gingers
America.
came from here?
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I was born in America.
You think Gingers came from here?
I mean, I was born here.
I definitely was.
Yeah.
But yeah, how's your roster coming along, Chicken?
How's my
You
what?
get anything done? You get anything done?
This week, or I missed a word.
How is your roster coming along?
In your account.
Oh, my account. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. What are your account?
No, it's okay. 5 stars.
I'm uneffing my Geos, which
Thank you, Vital. God, the one cool thing that Vital actually added to my life was unfuck your Geos.
Yeah, I ended up going. Excuse me. I got 2 of 5 done. I'm working. I still got. I got GBA and Poggle done. So I mean, like the best and the worst. So I still got all the middle ones to figure out. And let me turn the sound off on that. All right. And sorry if I go potato. I'm getting ready to drive away from the house. So I think that's it. All right. Yeah, I'm working on Sunfac. He's still gear 10. I was really tempted to get my. I'm trying to stay focused and only work on one team at a time, but I was really tempted to just equip the gear on my Spirit so that it's gear 10 instead of gear 9. I have all the gear to upgrade it, but that gear is also some of it's used by I think Geospy.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's whatever the stun cuffs are used for, because I have like 2 stun cuffs in reserve. I just kind of been slow farming it, focusing on a different game as far as the majority of my attention. But I was staring at Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, like just looking at the character screen for like an hour, and so I took that staring time and actually devoted it to another game. So I'm still doing all the same stuff I was doing, just not staring blankly at my character screen going, man, I wish I had energy or gear, but I'll get it one day.
Yeah,
Sometime
I found that
2020.
most of the time I spend in swgoh is in between is waiting for arena battle cooldown. Trying to
out.
find things to do in between arena battle cooldowns.
Oh, can I tell you my little personal struggle about that? So
Yeah, what's up?
every time I log in to just do the rest of my dailies in whatever game I'm in, I always like you need to start by doing an arena battle so that when you're done with all the other stuff, it's time to do another arena battle. I don't ever remember that, but that's my.
Yep, I get you.
Do all the rest of my stuff and seamlessly do another arena battle instead of going back in that screen and going 5 minutes. Mother of Mary.
Yeah. Man. I'm just happy I unlocked Strife. I was really lazy on his blitz. I'm really glad I snuck in to get the 25 shard bracket. I'm like really glad I snuck into that bracket.
I only did 1 rotation, and then I had my I only did 1 of my blitz rotations, which is for those who don't know, bottom to top of the roster in that order, and you just use everybody once. And so I did that, and I got up to I think I did all the milestones. And after I did all the milestones, I just made sure every time I had a moment, if it had been more than 2 hours, I would use my top end teams that always won and just put them in auto and go through. I think it was like 5 or 6 teams that I have that can do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, like at the end there, I was like, do I even need to do this? I'm going to do it just to make sure that I get into that 11 to 25 range, because that's what I need to unlock him. I need to be part of the 25% of all people who play this game.
Right? Well, all people that, blitz. Because I guess technically you don't count as the 25% if you don't do a blitz battle.
Yeah. There was some months where I was that guy.
Yep.
That checks out.
Yeah, Strikeforce doesn't have an Omega. So the only downside to not doing your dailies is you miss out on those 5 precious Wolverine shards.
Oh. Darn.
Oh, they do have Omegas. They just call them tier 4 ability mats.
No,
Those are somewhere between Omegas and Zetas. No, I'm just talking about like the dailies. Like every day in swgoh you get an Omega for doing your dailies. Like that's actually an incentive to do your dailies. What I'm saying is that in Strikeforce, the incentive to do your dailies is 5 Wolverine shards.
Yeah. Once you've unlocked them, it's like meh.
I mean, I still do them. because like I do all of that stuff anyways on a daily basis. I farm 2 characters and do a couple arena battles. Actually, I probably would do a lot less arena battles if I. That's like the only thing that I actually like go out of my way to do.
Yeah, those arena battles are the only thing that I have to go out of my way to do.
Yeah, I do everything else. I do everything else mostly voluntarily.
Also,
Yeah, I got to redo all my. I ran into a problem that I know Kyle has. I know Fruit Guy has. I did my run on the Premium Orb Blitz, and then I started working on the Red Star Blitz. My Strife isn't 4 stars.
Is that 4 stars?
He's not.
Oh, you got a 4-star red strife? Great.
No. I have a 2-star Strife right now, and he can't participate in the Red Star battle because he's not 4 stars.
Oh, you did it so that you could get it, and it didn't work. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, and then Colossus was the same thing as I went up. I'm like, I can't even throw somebody else on this team. And then you have to scroll down to find a character you haven't used. And by the time I got all the way up to Phoenix, right, like X-Men, you're scrolling pretty far down to find a character you haven't used. I forgot about that stuff. So that was fun. They need to make Colossus farmable, please.
that would be nice.
But yeah, I've been having some fun. I shared my save squad with you guys. I shared a couple of teams that more of the top end people are building, so you guys can work on them. The one that's like not a secret is Boom Hood. Boom Hood is awesome. It's Magneto, Pyro, and Juggernaut with Crossbones and Kingpin. And surprisingly, the team is very good for multiple reasons. And Kingpin giving defense up to Pyro feels really good.
Yeah, Pyro is
Also-
really squishy, isn't he?
Also, giving offense up to Juggernaut the turn before he does his like run through you guys is also pretty cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, yeah, it's been that team's been a lot of fun. It just doesn't really do well against Coulson in war. You have to kind of punch down as opposed to across, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'm stoked on whenever I do unlock Coulson. I was happy to learn he's in those orbs, but it kind of sucks a little bit that he's that they don't give them to you every time.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean it was my own fault. I should have not listened to the naysayers and just worked on it each day and made sure I got some. But there was more than a few days where I got none, and that's the difference between me unlocking them and me not. So it's my own fault.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't have got him had I not tried to like min max. Like I unlocked him with like.
I think you would have.
No, I would have been really close. Like I had him like, ended up getting like 12 extra shards. Is what I was trying to say. Like I didn't get him to like 6. You know what I mean? I didn't get him to like 5 stars. I do now, but I mean like that's because of orbs. But when his milestone ended, I had him like, I don't know what it is. It's 2. I had him like 12 or 15 out of 130 somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah, like I didn't have the reserve of gold that Scuba did. Like Scuba got to go nuts on that, and I War Chief min max too, and did like a crap ton of blitzing, and like that kind of stuff to like get the gold and everything he needed.
Right.
So
yeah, and once I started doing like, just because of my natural character progression, I was spending that much money because I was, you know, gearing characters and putting T4s on and this and stuff, and it just ended up working out. Because I'm at like 159 of 180 to unlock him.
Yep.
So I'm not that far off, but you know, there's 40 shards difference between your min-maxing and my not giving. So. But yeah, I'm really stoked on. I'm working on my aim team in that game. I'm really stoked on getting some more teams rounded out. There's a lot of. I know you stepped away for a moment, but we get a lot more ability mats at the 60 and 100% than we do at the 30%.
Yeah.
So you left. We got better. Now you're welcome to come back.
All right, I won't.
You won't. I said you are
Neji
welcome
says
to
hi,
come back.
Dagger.
Huh?
Neji just said hi.
What did you say?
Neji.
Who said hi?
Neji?
Oh, hey, Neji. How's it going, dude? my shard mates pop in to yell at me. Yeah, Neji's got a pretty sick General Skywalker team. Thankfully, he doesn't have a 7-star yet. No, he's got the rest of them all relic 7, dude. I'm not looking forward to that. At least after I kill them, the General Skywalker doesn't one-shot my team.
Yeah.
But
I fought General Skywalker team once.
Oh, we do have more swgoh news. So this weekend, RSG, our good friends, had their charity had two 12-hour charity streams. They streamed for 24 hours this weekend. Me and Dan both submitted our rosters for a challenge, and we told Finn from RSG pick a faction, literally, and we'll pick 5 characters.
well, to be fair, we both had a say in our faction.
We did.
You okayed Phoenix because you're an idiot, and I pushed back a smidge to get bounty on.
I would have rocked. I would have rocked Ewoks either. I don't care. That's a lot of stun guns, but I mean, it's a lot of stun guns either way, I guess. But
funny story. I'm probably closer to Gear 3 Ewoks than bounty. But we made some. Me and Kyle made some deals between us on what we could and couldn't. Like Sabine has to be one of the ones he Gear 13.
Yeah.
Because Ezra's not with Phoenix, because he goes with Jedi and Rebel. So the Phoenix team has Sabine instead. And I have to Gear 13 basically all usable bounty hunt.
Well, great news for you. All the bounty hunters are usable.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No.
Aura Singh and Ambo are garbage.
Whoa. You mean Aura Singh and Greedo?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Aura Singh and Greedo are garbage.
Ambo's out amazing.
So, yeah, Ambo's good. But no, I'm just saying, I thankfully have 2 of them I don't have to touch. 2 of them can stay at, like, Gear 8. Because at one point I had the idea of, like, maxing all the bounty hunters. But this is back before we had Gear 13. Right, back when we had Gear 12 plus 5, I was like, I want to take all my bounty hunters to Gear 12. And then they're like, Gear 13, it's like, I'm not taking my bounty hunters to Gear 12. But, Jesus.
What the fuck,
Calm
Turkey?
Calm down.
Stop, Turkey. Turn it. I will mute. Thank you. I was gonna say I will mute you.
I have a Kia.
I will regret giving you that power one day.
I have a Kia. They do that.
No, not randomly. Usually it's because you click a button.
No, so the clicker's been going out, and my wife's car had, like, you have to use the clicker. So if you don't, it does stuff like that.
All right. Well, I think we've reached the part where we need to call it a show. It's been over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
so, anyways, thanks for coming out. This has been fun. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm gonna fiddle around with OBS tomorrow to see what the hell is going on. I will be, when I get close, I will actually be streaming me Gear 13ing my Phoenix. I'm going to push them all to Gear 12 and then slowly build up their pieces, because other than Gas, General Skywalker, that's my Phoenix is going to be my focus. So I will be putting, like I said, I will be putting a stream out there when I actually move them all to Gear 13. Like, so what I'll do is I'll start adding the Gear 12 pieces, and then start after I get all 6 of them.
Believe it or not, I'm pretty sure people know how the gear carry, how that.
Well, I was gonna be equipping the finisher pieces on stream, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sure.
that'll be.
You get to witness the
Yes.
13th.
You get to see my humiliation.
It's not humiliation if you enjoy it.
Or is it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the definition of humiliation is feeling terrible about yourself, and he's going to enjoy doing it. So
Well, we can ask Mistress Fool about that.
we could.
I did it because I don't.
We
I
do
forgot
about
about
the
double
access to
entendre. I did it for a good reason. I did it for charity, so I don't care.
We do have a person who used to teach.
Anyways,
Yeah, I didn't mean.
we're gonna
I
set
didn't mean
blah,
for
blah,
that.
blah,
I'm
blah,
sorry.
blah,
Also,
blah, 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 blah.
last thing to say. Chicken and I are, now that Chicken got his streaming stuff up, we will be doing probably some Strike Force stuff with like Blitz.
Sweet.
And maybe some other stuff going forward. So
Yeah.
Since we're actually streaming on Twitch too, because we're actually simul streaming, or dual streaming.
Dual streaming, yes.
Yeah, so we will probably be doing more of that kind of stuff on this channel.
Yeah, I
As
was
well
going to
as-
say I'm probably going to get that up and going this week, regardless of which channel I do it on. I am going to be blitzing this week, so stay tuned.
Make sure you send me an invite since I allow you on my shit.
Excuse me, bitch. I have the login too.
Not you. I was talking to Chicken.
No, I'm just saying I can
Oh,
log in.
I was, I don't care where I do it.
No. I'm
Yeah,
saying
if you
send
want
me an
extra
invite
views,
so I
go
can be
for it.
on the stream.
Of course.
Just let me know when.
And you could troll me like I troll you. I would
Exactly.
expect nothing less.
Anyways,
I would
Yeah.
feel.
We're gonna head
I
outta
would
here,
feel
guys.
like I wasn't one of you if I wasn't trolled.
Okay, that
I need to
oddly
take a
makes
bunch of
sense
myself.
somehow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, goodbye, everybody.
But we're gonna
My
have a
bad
good
for
night,
derailing this.
and we will see you when what? Sunday night. Saturday night. No. Sunday night for GAC. You guys have a good night, and we will see you then.